the Oliveira Makhachev fight, that's the big one. That's the big one because there's so many questions. And, you know, Oliveira has never fought a grappler like Islam.
No.
But Islam's never fought a guy who can submit people like Oliveira can.
Most
Oliveira
submissions
fucks everybody up. The thing about Oliveira is everybody looks at Oliveira at his lowest points. And his lowest points, you know, Cub Swanson knocked him out, Paul Felder smashed him, all these people beat him, but something happened when that dude had a kid. That's what it is. That dude had a daughter. And there's a fire inside of him like the fucking center of the sun. And I don't know what it is, man, but he's a different human, man. He goes right into the line of fire, too.
Straight.
He's not taking any shortcuts. There's no, it's all risk. He goes right in, and he's 100% confident. It doesn't matter how hard you hit him, he's going to be fine. You see, he's been around a long-ass time, but he came into his own over the last few years, which kind of makes sense. Like, he figured it out somewhere around 27, 28. But he comes, look, these guys are elite, right? They come close to beating him, but he finds a way to beat them. And the way he does it is so final. The way he beat Poirier, man, that choke was so fucking good. It was so good. Yeah. And that's the same way the world found out about him was Efrain Escudero, who won the Ultimate Fighter. So, who was a very good fighter himself. He fought Oliveira, and Oliveira took his back same way, standing up, and choked him out. And that's when we first saw him. And the first time I recognized him, like, man, this kid is talented. But then it was like his jiu-jitsu was really good, but maybe his striking wasn't as good as his jiu-jitsu. And then slowly his jiu-jitsu and striking merged, where he's like equal. In both of them, he's lethal in. He's lethal in his striking and lethal in his jiu-jitsu. But the difference is his level of jiu-jitsu is a leap higher than most of the people he's competing against.
I didn't realize that.
He has the most submissions in the history of the UFC.
Michael Chandler fight. A guy that had great wrestling. Michael Chandler could fucking wrestle.
Yeah.
He was dominating Oliveira. Oliveira didn't submit Mike. He TKO'd him.
Yeah.
So in terms of grappling,
right,
Mike was destroying Oliveira. Almost finished him in the first
Oliveira,
round.
Chandler caught him. He caught him and hurt him.
Yep.
And then one of the things that Oliveira does when he gets hurt, he just goes right to his back.
That's some Nate Diaz shit.
It's smart because his guard is nasty. His guard is so wicked. He submits
What did he do
people.
with Gaethje? Did Gaethje go into his guard?
No, Gaethje kind of stepped back out. But he cracked Gaethje. Gaethje said
first 8 seconds.
Something about the way he hit him. He said he hit him so hard he felt it in his tongue.
Yeah.
He's like, it just, like, he goes like, that guy can.
He said he never
crack.
got hit like that before,
yeah,
and that's
which
scary.
Is wild.
Oliveira is big, bro.
He's big. Well, here's what's interesting about Charles Oliveira. When Charles Oliveira fights, even though he's the champion, he fights like a berserker. He fights, he puts himself in danger. Like, he doesn't fight safe. He doesn't fight to try to outpoint you. He doesn't fight tactically, like where he's trying to get, you know, the least amount of damage and, you know, and drag you into deep water and then strategically try to take you out the fourth and fifth round. No. From the moment the first bell rings, he's coming at you.
Engaging,
guns blazing.
Yeah.
And Gaethje was coming at him too, but it's like Gaethje was overwhelmed by Oliveira's pace and his aggression. It's why, and even when Gaethje cracked him, Oliveira's so different than anybody else. When he gets hit, he just lays on his back.
Yeah.
And he's like, come get some of this. And nobody wants that
He
guard
gets a
game.
break. So
He's got the most submissions in the history of the sport.
He recovers.
Yes,
so
because nobody wants to go to the ground with
Right.
him.
Normally, guys would just come bombing in.
Yeah.
Just try to land anything extra. It's like when you wound an animal, any other arrow in it is go. You just trying to glance something off, catch something. Most time, guys will hurt a guy, come in and just go crazy. But not with him.
No, you don't want that ground game.
Yeah.
His ground game is so elite. It's so good. I mean, I wonder how he would do in a like world-class Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament. Because I think he would do very well. Because I watched the way he finishes submissions, the way he syncs things up. I mean, it is top of the food chain stuff. I've seen a lot of jiu-jitsu in my days. I've rarely seen anyone compete in MMA that closes the show like Oliveira when the fight goes to the ground. His shit is razor sharp. Razor sharp. Jiu-jitsu is a wild thing. Like, there's guys that are smaller than me, and I'll grapple with them, and I'm in deep danger from the moment it starts, with the moment you start sparring, because they're just so much better than me. They're just better. And that's the difference between Oliveira and these guys. It's like they're all really good standing up. He's really good standing up. So there's kind of like an even playing field. But when that motherfucker gets a hold of you, you're in deep danger.
Yeah.
Terrifying danger where you can't make any mistake.
He's like, it's like it's him and Khabib are scary that way. Where it's like, because after that fight, I went back and watched like all his highlights and all, because you hear that, and it's like, there's a precision, there's a predator like precision where he pounces on the, like as soon as you give him an opening, it's a wrap.